back to another episode.
Same as aquatics.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so tonight we're gonna be talking about how to breed the Danio fish, and we're gonna show you how we go through and we breed the Danios. These guys are awesome fish. They're great community fish. A little bit fin nippy, so you don't want to keep them with like bettas and things along those lines. Their preference in tanks is to have a lot of plants and things in here. This is our tank here. We've actually got a school of long-fin leopard Danios, and we got a school of long-fin black skirts. We're actually going to do some black skirt breeding here, so stay tuned for that video because it's going to come up. They got a couple different species of these guys. They got zebra Danios, which everybody seems to know. They got pearl Danio, and then there's always a giant Danio. They breed a little bit different than these guys do. So, but these guys are extremely prolific, and they're pretty easy to get to breed. They're going to breed a whole lot of babies when they breed them. But we got Bentley with us again tonight. Bentley, say hi.
What's up, guys?
Bentley's going to give out a bunch of interesting facts like he always does. So tonight, Bentley, maybe you got something these guys need to know about these fish here?
Definitely.
What do you got?
They are a schooling fish.
Schooling fish, so they need to go to school, learn like algebra and math and science and stuff like that?
No, Dad. That means there needs to be a group of them, like 6 or more.
That's pretty good to know. I thought schooling was them getting smarter and doing what they were doing. These guys actually, believe it or not, have the ability to have some kind of memory to them. They actually, cool if you get to looking up these guys. They have a ability to remember certain things better than other fish. But great fish, always active, always swimming, always moving. They're a great addition to any community tank, especially you get a school up moving around there. They're really great fish. What kind of other facts you got for them? What do you think? What's another good thing they need to know?
Water temperature needs to be 75 or 82.
Yep, that's right. 75 to 82 degrees is what these guys need to be kept at. You can keep them a little cooler. They'll tolerate it. They don't do the best if you get too cold, but they will tolerate a little bit cooler sometimes. There's been some experiments that have ran around these guys to go through and check water temperatures with them. These guys actually come from Asia. They're not really a meat-eating fish because these guys don't get to be but about 2 inches. They don't get very big. So they stay real small. Like I said, they do really good in your community tanks. You got another cool fact about these guys?
The Danio fish have been used in many scientific experiments.
That's right. They do a lot of experimenting with these guys because they are very prolific fish, and they can almost at a whim make as many as they want because these guys produce on a daily basis. When they produce, there's hundreds of them that they produce. There's 10 at a time, but they do them a whole lot on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's like pretty cool.
There's a lot of babies they make all the time, but scientists use these to experiment on them. They've actually got like a regenerative ability for them too. Especially when they're younger, they're able to go through and regenerate. It's kind of cool.
Actually, by the way, so do these are these like the only ones like these scientists only discover on, or any other fishes?
There's a lot of other fish, but these guys right here they use a lot because they make a lot of babies and they can use them. And they got a cool, like I said, they got a cool feature where they got a regenerative ability where they can do that. I think these guys are really pretty cool, aren't they? They're really cool fish.
Yeah, like a ton.
Yeah. What's another cool fact about these fish? What's something else that nobody else knows?
They will the first fish to be used to make glowfish.
Don't get me started on glowfish. I got an issue with some of these glowfish out there. They've gotten better at it, and there's not scientific genetics mutating things. But tonight, we're talking about how to breed these guys. So we're going to do this, and we're actually going to breed our Danio fish in a box, a styrofoam box. What do you think about that?
That's actually crazy.
Let's show them how to do it. Let's get our box ready. All right, so how we're breeding our Danio fish tonight, we're going to go there, and we're going to breed them in a styrofoam box. That's right. So be able to tell the difference between the male and the female. It's really not that tough. So the male is longer and skinnier, and the female is fatter and plumper, pretty much. So like a lot of your tetras and things along those lines, it's still the same kind of concept. So we're going to take some tank water out of here, and we're gonna fill this up to where they got enough of a layer in here. How are we going to protect these eggs, Billy?
We're going to use these marbles from our old school versus new school, baby.
That's right. We're going to take some marbles. We're going to put it down inside of here. What do you think? One layer? Is that good, or what do you think?
2 layers because fishes cannot get to them babies.
That's right. These are little bitty guys, and they can get down in between it. 1 layer of marbles. So we're going to use 2 layer marbles in here to go through and get these guys to do this. So the cool thing that we've done with these guys, and actually we've done it with our tiger barbs and breeding these guys. One of the few benefits of having your fish set up down in the basement, these guys have no idea what time it is. So the only way they know what time it is when we turn the lights on. Most of these guys, they're gonna start breeding during the morning. First few hours, the lights being turned on. So just like some of your prey cocks and your barbs and your tetras, things along those lines, the first few hours of daylight is when these guys are going to breed. We've actually been able to breed these in the same night. We're not going to do it tonight because, well, this right here, the wife is always right. She said, no, we're going to do it. And we're going to go through and we're going to get as many babies out of this as we can. So we'll come back tomorrow night after these guys have been in here for a day, and they'll get 2 daylights out of this because they just now got one. We just now turned the lights on here, so they're probably going to breed tonight. But we'll get twice on this because we'll do it twice over time. So we got our tank. They don't need a whole lot. They actually, when they breed up closer towards shorelines and things along those lines. They're not going to need a lot of water in here. Just a few inches, probably 4 or 5 inches worth of water. It's not going to hurt this tank tonight. We'll just let this tank run like it is. We're going to take our marbles, like Bentley said, come from our old school versus new school video.
Yeah.
So we're going to take our marbles. We're going to line the bottom of this bad boy right here. We're going to get this bad boy lined up. Marbles all spread out. We're about 2 layers deep. Best ratio to do this with, you want about 2 males to every female. You get too many females in there, and the males get lost. They get distracted. They want to chase this female and that female and this female and that female. So you want those males focused on the female. You can't keep them doing that all the time because they get a little aggressive sometimes because they want to love on them a little too much. But this here is going to be the perfect setup. We'll give them what they need tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll show you the eggs that we collect out here. Should be quite a few of them.
Like and subscribe.
All right, so we're back. It's the next night afterwards. We've let these guys go through basically 2 daylight cycles, and we should have ourselves quite a few eggs down here. We'll show you the final setup, kind of how we have everything set up. We'll come on in here and we'll take a look here. We've got all the marbles down here. We've got basically 2 layers worth of marbles inside of here so that they can't get their ways down into it. Took a little hornwort. Our focus is going to be right in this area. The hornwort is a trigger for them. It goes through and triggers them to go through and lay eggs. So we're going to see most of our eggs over in this area. But we've got our little school in here. We're going to go ahead and pull these guys out tonight. We'll be able to put them straight back into here. No acclimation needed or anything. It's the same tank water. Should be close to the same temperature and everything. So we're going to go ahead and break this down, see how many eggs we got in here. Come along. It's going to take us here a few minutes. All right, we got our styrofoam box emptied here. We got all our fish. They're back in our tanks, swimming around, happy, healthy, playing around with their black skirt fellas, which we're going to breed in one of our upcoming videos. Stay tuned for that one. That's going to be a fun one too. But we've got everything out. We got our marbles out. We got our hornwort out. We do have several eggs in here, not as many as what I was hoping to. My only gripe about using marbles is that when you go to pull them out, it stirs up everything. The way to truly do this is to leave the marbles in there and let these guys go through and just hatch out that way. But these guys usually take about a day and a half to 2 days to hatch out. Doesn't take them very long. The fish that, or the eggs that they laid last night, they're probably at the point they're getting close to hatch now. So we're going to pull some of these out. We're going to go there and try to get some of them. They're really tough to see. Get to looking down in here. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but we've got several eggs down inside of here already. There's a couple that are right there. This thing's got quite a few. There's probably somewhere between 75 and 100 eggs sitting down in there. But right there, we got a few of them sitting down in here. I don't know how well you can see this. But this method works. These guys are super, super duper prolific. Doesn't take them, but I mean, they produce every day. Right, Bentley?
Yeah.
All the time, they're popping babies out. Then you can do this in the same night. Like I was saying, if you got somewhere where it's super, like really, really dark like it is down here, you control their daylight. They don't know what time of day it is. You can produce them in the same night within a few hours time. You can go there and set up something like this really quick, put them in there, get them to grow out real, real fast, drop some eggs for you, drop them back in the tank, and half the time they never knew what happened and almost never disturb anything. And you can do lots of fish this way. The reason that we do this way is so that we can do this. We can pull them out. We can have them in here for a couple hours, get a whole bunch of eggs out of there, put them back in the tank. We got a whole bunch of eggs and fried stuff that we can grow out. You don't want to make billions and billions of these guys just because you can. The purpose of these, when you're going through and you're trying to sell to pet stores, if they're buying a little of this fish and a little of that fish, you go in there and you're selling them $100 worth of fish, and then you turn around and you sell them another a dozen of these guys, and you know, you're getting $1 a piece for these fish. They're not real expensive, but you can sell them a dozen of them for $1 a piece. So your $100 sale that you just made to that pet store is now a $112 sale. It's a nice add-on. You can't beat it. You just increased your profit by 12% just by going through and taking minimal effort to go through and raise these guys up. You guys have been awesome. We really, really appreciate all the support. We've got a video now that's over 10,000 views. It's a major milestone for us. We really appreciate all the support. You happy about it, Bentley? What do you think? High five. Thanks to everybody out there. We're over 300 subscribers. Thanks again for watching Sanders Aquatics.
Like and subscribe.